But anyway, recently we went up to occupied Squaxin territory, aka Olympia, Washington. We went to so-called Fort Bragg, aka occupied Pomo territory. Again, these beautiful parts of Mama Earth that were long ago stolen. And then the wealth hoarders and the land stealers never even recognized that they were actually complicit in the stealing.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean? And it's such an unteaching. So any of your listeners and viewers who watch you or are thinking through these decolonizing, it's an unteaching to get to a place to recognize that without ever thinking about it and with no malcontent perhaps, and you have now become part of the theft. You
Yes.
have now, right? You are complicit in that abuse. And so I say it always with love, Sue, because that's how I try to move in the world. And it's hard because I come from all this trauma of the experience of this, my life and my mama's life and my village. But the reality is I don't totally blame people. I don't blame people at all for what they were sold and told as
Yeah.
fact, right?
Yeah, they stayed in those institutions until they were 18, and they were told every year over and over again these settler lies, right?
Yeah.
How would they not believe it?
Thank you.
We've been completely brainwashed since birth.
Yeah.
And I've considered myself pretty radical throughout my youth and adulthood, and yet I feel like I've just turned the corner in decolonizing my mind to be able to see my participation.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's really hard.
Thank you.
That's really hard.
It's well, and it's hard too because it makes you feel, that weird thing that none of us humans want to feel, which is that somehow we're at fault, or somehow we're some part of the cause of the problem. And I always say that to say to people, recognize that it doesn't take one seminar, one class, 1 year to decolonize something that's been considered a truth for over 528 years, right? And that, right, that there's no fault here. There's a call to action, a call to liberation, a call to recognition. And we always invite people to come to People School, which is a 2-day seminar.
That was one of my questions. Tell us about People School, Tiny.
Well, there you go. There you go. So People School is a trip because it's a 2-day session. It's on Zoom now, thanks to the terror of COVID, but we ended up putting it on Zoom. So it's anyone from all over the world can go now. And it's always only twice a year, so people should think about going to the next one. It's in Black August, the last weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And really it's a decolonization, degentrification seminar to help people unpack the 528 years of lies, the cult of separation, the away nation, and the cult of independence that we're all fed, and to recognize and start to look inward about what needs to happen for your own healing. In other words, we don't spend the time necessarily, just like yelling or talking to people about what was wrong. The problem is clear. What we actually help people do is recognize their role in it and what they need to do to heal. The medicine that's necessary. And that's, it's pretty transformative. I've been told, change people's lives. So, it's coming up. I would urge people to check it out.